Hi guys, this is Jake with Think Free Live Free, and today I'm starting to do my wheel wells. I've been running my electrical cable in my van. The next thing to do is to get the wheel wells framed out, and then the battery box will go on top of the wheel wells, and then I can start connecting my electrical. So today I'm going to be focusing on wheel wells. I'm only going to do the one side for the electrical, because the other side where the water tank's going to go is going to be different dimensions. So I'm going to just focus on the one side and get that done, and also cut the wood for the battery box. Please, if you like the content, please hit the like button, please subscribe. It really helps the channel grow. So I got all my pieces cut for my wheel well on the passenger side. I'm not currently going to cut anything for the driver's side. I'm probably going to do some kind of different framing on that wheel well. So I'm just going to show you how I do the passenger side wheel well. I'm going to put it together now. I'm going to use both nails and screws to make sure that it's nice and secure. Okay, so it fits in there nicely. It's quite a tight fit, as you can see here. So it fits just around. I'm just trying to figure out the dimensions and make sure that everything is going to line up. I nailed that with 4 nails right there. I'm also going to put screws in just to make extra sure. I'll put 3 screws on each side. I'm busy currently with making a battery box for my 310 amp hour batteries. It's going to be a 24 volt battery. So I'm going to kind of show you what I'm doing with that, how I'm constructing it. So I've cut my pieces for my battery, and this is kind of how it's going to look. I plan on nailing them and then also using some screws so they're nice and secure. I also plan on installing a computer fan on this side, and then I'm going to do another vent on the opposite side so it can have some ventilation, some flow through. The computer fan that I'm going to use looks like this, and that's just going to go in on this side. That will be connected to my DC supply. I'll do some kind of vent system here on the other side. Alright guys, so I've been working on the battery box. I got it all cut out and put together. As you can see here, I've also cut a circular hole right there for the computer fan, and I bolted it in from the other side and added nuts on this side so it's nice and secure. So it sits on the outside. I still have to cut a hole on this side for a vent, but I have not gotten my vent, so I'm not sure about the size that I'm going to need. So I'm going to have to go to Home Depot and get a size that will fit here, a little square or circular vent right here, so that when the air blows from the other side, there's going to be a little bit of a gap on the sides of the batteries. So the batteries will go in here. They're going to sit on polyiso insulation on the bottom, just a ½ inch. And then there's going to be a ½ inch gap on each side with about inch and a half away from the fan. So the fan should be able to blow the air, and it should come on the sides here. So hopefully it will help with heat and stuff like that for it to vent better. and then it should come out on this side. Cut your dimensions for your batteries, you know, measure your batteries out, and then build a box. I used 3/4 inch plywood, as you can see here. I used nails, 16 gauge brad nails, and screws in some areas. So I got my battery box up there, but there's some adjustments that I need to make. I was going to put my breaker panel long ways, but I've decided that that's not quite going to work. I don't want to cut this out to make the breaker box fit. I don't think it's a good idea to put it sideways, because the actual breakers that go in there, I think they're supposed to be standing upright. So I'm gonna cut another hole here so that it can go sideways. I have to remove this stuff and take this panel off so I can cut it. So I got my breaker panel here. I'm designing a frame to go around the breaker panel so that when it sits in the hole, it's not touching the wall at the back. When I put it in this space that I cut, it can't go all the way back because wiring needs to come in, and the spray foam insulation is in the way. I could scrape that off a little bit, which I did. However, I don't want to scrape too much of it off. So I'm gonna build a little frame to go around the breaker box so it will tie everything together nicely. I have to do all this stuff before I start securing the wheel wall and the battery box and all that stuff in place, in case I need to get behind here. Once I install these things, it will still be removable, but it will be a lot of screws that I have to take out to get to those things. So I'm trying to do this the easiest way possible. So I've cut a little frame. It's a 1.5 inch frame. It's gonna go around, and that should give me plenty of space in the back there. This is 1.5 inch. So it's going to give it a little bit more of a backing. Let's see if it will go in. See if my measurements were correct. As you can see there, just kind of slides in there. Now I'll be able to install that and put that in place, and then I can start running my wire into my breaker panel. It's very exciting stuff. I've been waiting a long time to get all this stuff going, so, and I'll show you completely. I'll probably do a complete separate video of this breaker panel and how to run wire to it. It's quite simple. I hope this video is helpful to some people out there busy with this kind of stuff or just interested in this kind of stuff. All right. Thank you for watching, guys. Please subscribe. Please like. It really helps the channel grow. It gives me encouragement to keep going. So I finished my frame. I screwed that in. I also screwed in the breaker panel, and I fed my wires through here. These are to my circuits, my AC circuits. So circuit 1, 2, and 3. And then I got my DC coming in on this side. And then this big black wire is from my shore power. I'm going to run that through the back of here, through the wheel well here, because my inverter is going to sit on the battery box and the wheel well. And then my solar wire is also going to be fed through here, because that's going to go straight into my MPPT charge controller. I have to get this mounted down now, the wheel well, and then I will deal with the battery box later. I'm close to being ready to get those things situated. I think I have just enough cord. I could have made this a little bit longer, but I think I should be okay. My DC is way long. Well, I still have to run my switches, my DC switches, for my puck lights and for my water pump onto the wheel well. So that's kind of how the setup looks. The battery box on top, the wheel well, and then the breaker box right there. And like I said, the inverter is going to go, I have a really big inverter because it's an all-in-one unit. It has a 80 amp MPPT charge controller. It's got an AC charger. It's the GrowWatt 3000, and it's got a 3000 watt pure sine wave inverter. So I'm gonna install that there, and the shore power cord here is going to go straight into the GrowWatt inverter because it has an AC charger. And then this is also, I'm going to run a DC wire that will feed into my DC panel here. This is the lid for the wheel well. I had to cut this piece. I wanted a piece to go straight across, but I had to use the jigsaw, as you can see there, and really carve it out. It was kind of difficult to get that piece, but it keeps the integrity of the box, keeps it so that the box is exactly square, because these sides were kind of pulling in. So, but it fits now. I got 2 screws on each side that's going to go into the wall, and then I'm going to do pocket holes on the bottom to go into the floor. I think the wheel well has given me more problems and issues than the actual battery box, which I thought was going to be a lot harder. I'm doing pocket holes with my Craig jig. I'm going to do 5. I'm going to do 3 on the front and 1 on each side. So I'm going to show you how I do that. Here's the Craig jig. And basically, so I want my hole to be on the outside. So this is going to go underneath here. So you're going to line it up there, and then you're going to clamp it in. And then you drill your hole. And it's as simple as that. Make sure to when you use the drill to put your stop, otherwise it will go into the Craig jig. So you want to make sure to measure that out. On the jig itself, it has a measuring part, otherwise this tip will end up in the blue plastic here. So you want to just to stop short of that, but that will make a perfect pocket hole. I'll show you here, I did some test cuts there. Alright, so it's as simple as that. That hole has been drilled. And I'll show you on this side. Sorry guys, the lighting is not great. As you can see there, it's about a 1/2 inch from where the screw will actually sit. I got my pocket holes drilled. I did one on the side here, and as you go down the front, I did 3 on the front, and then 1 on the other side. Okay, so I got my pocket screws in, 3 on the front, and then you got 2 on the sides, and then I also got 2 on this side and 2 on the other side. And this thing is solid. This thing is really, really solid. I don't think I'm gonna have any issues there. This Craig jig, guys, is pretty amazing. Get yourself one. They're really easy to use, and they just give you that option of being able to go straight down instead of L brackets and all of that kind of stuff that doesn't look nice. This looks super nice, and it's very easy to do. Guys, thank you for watching. Please like, please subscribe. It really helps the channel grow. I appreciate everybody that's subscribed and that keeps watching. Thank you, guys.